Larry Kudlow said Democrats would hold middle class tax cuts hostage to a huge overall tax increase. Um, is Bidenomics digging America's economic grave? Yes, it is. It's hurting the average American. Um, Trump had the middle class tax cuts that benefited everyone, and Biden refused to renew those tax cuts, and he want to in fact raise taxes, which is of course, like I said, is going to hurt the middle class. Democrats feign and they pretend like they care about the poor, like they care about the middle class, but their actions show the exact opposite. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. All right, so let's talk about this news. I'm just going to go ahead and play this clip right off the bat here. Let's hear what KUDLOW has to say. Here we go.
Is Bidenomics digging America's economic grave? That's the subject of the riff. So the average voter watching the upcoming CNN presidential debate probably won't recognize the term modern monetary theory. But if Mr. Trump refers to unlimited federal spending, borrowing, money printing, inflating, taxing, or regulating, well then, the average viewer will have an aha moment. I recognize that. It's called Bidenomics.
Yeah.
Art Laffer and Steve Moore, who'll be here in just a moment, write about it in the Wall Street Journal today. And the Journal editorial page talks about tax Armageddon. Newt Gingrich refers.
And they're also the leftists are coming after the Wall Street Journal. They hate that some Wall Street Journal articles are actually reporting the truth, talking about how terrible the economy is.
The so-called modern monetary theory as big government socialism. Spot on, Newt. Some common sense principles contradicting Joe Biden is you can't tax your way into prosperity, nor can you inflate into prosperity, nor can you devalue your currency into prosperity. That's
and I'm gonna add, nor can you regulate us into prosperity. Because I mean, the regulations are also hurting people.
just a few thoughts that any middle-class voter can identify with. Mr. Biden may never admit it, but the Journal is right. Should the Democrats regain the White House and Congress, they'll hold middle-class tax cuts hostage to a huge overall tax hike. Left-wing luminaries like Senator Elizabeth Warren and Ron Wyden, they're in favor of imposing a wealth tax on anybody making 50 to 100 million bucks. They and many other Democrats would be perfectly happy with an unrealized capital gains tax. Unfortunately, last week's Supreme Court decision leaves the door open to that wealth confiscating idea. And as we have noted, the latest Congressional Budget Office baseline scorecard now shows $2 trillion deficits, as far as the eye can see, leading to a $51 trillion federal debt by the end of the next decade.
People don't really understand how much a trillion is. I mean, you're just looking at the zeros. It is a lot. It would take forever to pay off that debt. 51 trillion. Can you imagine? It can never be paid off, ever. We will be in, our country is in so much debt, and people have no idea that this is actually happening.
A tidy borrowing sum, and that would get you to 122% of GDP. In peacetime, no less, without any emergency, even nearly full employment. John Maynard Keynes should be turning over in his grave. Milton Friedman has already spoken to me from his grave. Even Shakespeare's "Alas, poor Yorick," grave digger, should have worried that more Bidenomics would dig an even larger grave for the entire American economy. Just saying.
Facts.
That's my riff.
Facts. Think about it. Imagine how things would be if we get another 4 more years of this Bidenomics. It will be the end of us. It will be end of the American dream. But let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time. Peace.